Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel TechSaver Global. Hope you guys doing well. So today our topic is introduction to Ollama. So let's start with. So first topic is what is Ollama? Ollama is basically a tool for running LLM, large language model, locally on your computer. It's simplifying downloading, managing and using LLM with very minimal setup. It works on macOS, Linux, and Windows. So basically, Ollama uh, is a help you to set up LLM in your local computer. It has some different models. By using those models, you can use same task as you can use to perform in generative AI. So using Ollama, we can directly run those prompts. We can directly validate those script or other tasks in local computer rather than depend on the cloud or remote uh, LLMs. Why Ollama? Problem statement. So before Ollama, we need cloud API like OpenAI, etc. Okay, privacy concerns sending data externally, internet dependency, usage cost per request. So these are the not say limitation, but yeah, there are some pros and cons with the with all the products. So if we don't use Ollama, we have to facing some challenges with Ollama. First one is run model offline. Even though we don't have internet connectivity, we can simply run those models offline by download the one-time model of full data privacy. It's totally stored in locals, so the data is fully secure. No API cost. There is no additional cost. There is no cost if you run those such API. Fast local interface because it's downloaded locally and it's totally depend on your local system, so it's much faster. Key feature. First one is easy model implementation. It's not that much difficult to implementation. Sometime what happened, some of the products get provide you the better features, better environment to set up, but those implementation part was very difficult. But with Ollama it's very easy. Simply you need to run the command called Ollama pull and model name, so it will automatically download such model and stored in your local system. Second one is REST API support. It actually supports the REST API. So by calling the API, you can use that particular model in any third-party application. Simply, if you create some custom chatbot, you can use this particular API, and whenever you place some messages, it actually interact with your Llama API and it answers. Chat style interaction. You can put chat style interaction with such model. Runs multiple open source models. We can run multiple open source. Support custom model configuration. Work with Python, Curl, apps, Kubernetes labs. So it actually it's not limited with some of the framework. It actually work with almost very much known famous things like Python, Curls, apps and Kubernetes. Managing models, simply we can list those model using command called Ollama list. Remove model with the model. If you don't require such existing model, we can remove. And show model with the model name and show model information. Popular model supported. So there are few popular model which is actually been supported, like Llama family models, Mistral, PE models, code focused model and small CPU friendly models. What are the use cases? So yes, first one is local chatbot. You can create simply local chatbot. DevOps assistants. If you have already some logs, If you have some results with your let's say if my Kubernetes pod was not up, it was somehow crashing. So by analysis the logs, I can validate why it's not up and running. Kubernetes troubleshooting bot, we can integrate with Kubernetes. Secure enterprise AI, yeah, we can also integrate with secure enterprise. Coding assistant, we can ask just just help me on this particular and error. AI presentation, sorry, AI for penetration testing tool. Yeah, we can create some penetration testing tool for application. And log analysis and RC automation. So we can simply provide them logs and ask them kindly analyze the logs and provide the RCA for the same. So these are the such use cases which we can achieve using Ollama. Benefits for enterprise. What are the use cases benefits for the enterprise level? Data never leaves your company server because it's actually stored in local only. Works in air gapped environment. No vendor lock-in. There is no vendor who has actually been involved in your setup. Open source model, so you can control your model as per your requirement. And cost control, we know it's basically we can set up on local only, so there is no additional cost. Likewise bear in other uh, LLMs. Limitation, yeah, as we discussed earlier, there should be some pros and cons in every system. So likewise we discuss about the benefits, there are some limitation as well. First one is needs good RAM, CPU and GPU to run the LLM, because we know the LLM is something work with the GPU and CPU and memory. I mean, hardware should be be required in a strengthened way. So yeah, we need good RAM, CPU, and GPU. Large model require powerful machine. So there are some models which has actually been small. There have been some intermediate and some of the large. So if you want to run large model from Ollama, you have to require powerful machines to comply with the such models. Slower than cloud GPU, but obvious. Cloud GPUs having their own built-in infrastructure, with having several numbers and thousands of GPUs with the in the backend. Model accuracy varies. Yes, it's been always it's not only about the Ollama, it's all about the overall LLM. Whatever model you choose, whether it's you choose OpenAI in sub version of any of the other OpenAI model, the accuracy of the response would be always differ. So it's always varies. So it actually not a limitation, but yeah, it should be there. Future of local AI. Yes. Why I put this particular tab, because somehow nowadays we post almost all the things with the let's say chat gpt. We sometimes post source code with the credentials and upload it to LLMs. But we don't understand, by providing them the input we actually expose our details towards the the LLMs to the models. So possibly we actually expose ourselves toward the LLMs. So why trend moving towards the local environment AI? Likewise, on if rather than I post the credentials with env or anything on OpenAI, or I mean say ChatGPT, I can definitely ask with the local LLMs, so where my details won't be exposed over the internet. So on-device AI, private enterprise LLMs. So if someone wants to set up with a private environment only, then they can go ahead with the private enterprise LLMs. Hybrid cloud plus local models. Yeah, if we have hybrid cloud plus local models, you can totally manage your AI in a local environment. AI powered infrastructure automation. Yeah, these are the future of local AI. Conclusion: Ollama makes running AI models locally simplified. ideas for developer, DevOps engineers, and researchers. Enable private offline AI workflows. Powerful tool for experimentation and production labs. So it is not that much enterprise level models, but yeah, for developers and DevOps, they can definitely use it. So yes, now we move ahead with the first we comes to an installation part. So Ollama.com downloads slash Windows. So this way you can download for Mac, Linux, and Windows. So I actually my PC is basically on Ubuntu base. I install using this command, and let me open the terminal, and I'm actually navigate to sudo su. Okay, Ollama help. So yes, I it's already been installed. So Ollama help command line will help you to what are the available commands with Ollama. First, let me check the version -v. It's 0.15. Uh, you can validate. You can validate if you want to start the Ollama very first time. So you can simple run the commands sir Ollama sir. Okay, it's been already in use because my Ollama is already up and running, right? And here you can see the message called 127001 double four sorry 11434. This is the actually port number for Ollama. Okay, so simply you can validate net state hyphen tnlp pipe slice grep 11434. So Ollama is up and running. So simply this way you can validate whether there is a port is up and running or not. You can create a model if you have the idea how to create a model. You can create. You can show the information for the model, run the model, stop model, pull, push, sign in, sign out. There are many more things. Okay, so I have already pulled some of the models Ollama list. So if you can see my screen, there are several models been already there. I already download, and there are some size. When you download the model, it actually have some separate size. Like if you can see, the Mistral latest was about 4.4 GB, then 2 GB, 32 GB. So each and every model is actually set up for specific purpose. So let's comes to that scenario. What are the different models and what are the use cases of such models? So if you can see, Ollama supports a model like Meta, Llama family code, Model, Mistral, Gemma, and Phi. Okay, so if you talk about small models based for CPU servers, I mean, this is my sample CPU servers. I actually installed small models. It's not that much high configurable system. So I use Llama 3.1b. For use cases is for automation script. Size is approx 1.3. Llama 3.3b to GB DevOps assistant. Gemma for chatbot and logs, and Moon Dream 1.4b. It's lightweight AI. Medium models, good balance with this 7b scripting plus infra support assistance, coding, and strong reasoning. And large model Llama 3.4 TGB, Gemma for 16 GB, and Llama version 90 GB. So model actually varies depend on your requirement and your CPU and the hardware configuration. My system is all about the 4 CPU and 8 GB RAM. So I actually deal with the small models. Hopefully, if my YouTube channel become big and if I'll get some good fund, then I'll go for the big numbers of uh, big system for the with GPUs. Hopefully, with your love, I will definitely go ahead with the big numbers. So coming back to the point, minimum hardware requirement, yes, for small models, for 1B to 3B, I mean billions of requests, RAM 8 GB is okay. Disk size should be 10 GB. Then CPU should be i5 or maybe Ryzen. Small models need at least 4 GB runtime memory. Yeah, so we at least need 4 GB real time memory. 7 billions to 13 billions request all about 16 GB RAM, 20 GB plus storage, and CPU should be i7, and large should be 48 GB, 48 to 64 GB disk, 100 plus GB, and RTX 3080 CPU is required. With okay, if this is something, if you set up for DevOps kind of environment, if you want to just learn about DevOps tasks. So simple, 8 CPU and 4 16 GB is at least required to run properly. It's depend on the your requirement and the model which you are trying to implement. Okay, simply as I mentioned, if you want to install, simply you need the command, and also you can start it. Okay, run the model first. It will automatically, if you run directly, it will download and launch the model automatically. Okay, so as we discussed, there is some API usage. Okay, so if I implement some Python base or any node base or anyway a framework application where I use this such application API, right, and prompt it. If you ask some question, and if you want result, you can use such API, and it basically install on localhost. You can change it. Okay, so let's come to directly practical scenario. Some of the see this is the some of the tabs I've already opened because my system is not that optimized. So I already run the some of the questions and get the answers. So this is the command. Okay, I just select the command http localhost 11434 API generate -d model. I use tiny llama stream false. Why it puts false? Because it's not act like each and answers like one hello. Yeah, what is the what I ask, what is the capital of India? It actually asks India, then enter the capital, enter. So it actually denote the answers like that. So for that reason I just put stream false, and I prompt like what is the capital of India, and a response should be in a proper way. So it answer is India's capital city is New Delhi. So you can ask a question like chatbot, right? Same way I ask another question, what is Terraform? It's actually it required for the it is something called technical discussion. So if you ask about what is Terraform, then you will get the answer. So let me try to ask one more question. Let me copy it, and I'm just paste, and I said, let's say, what is agentic AI? Okay, so it actually asked the question using tiny llama. It will take some time because my system, as I mentioned, system is not that much optimized. Usually if you have a good number of system, then it won't take much time. Okay, let's move to the next practical. Meantime, this will get such answers. So Now, one thing I try to create a one pod, and I intentionally I put image name as sorry, ngin rather than nginx. So, but obviously, we get some error. So what I did, I export the log into this called nginx pod log1.txt, where we know the why the pod was unable to run, because failed to pull the image from the Docker because no such image was found. So what I did, I export log and a descript that particular pod description in some txt file, and that particular log I actually ask to Ollama that kindly read this file using Mistral. Mistral is another model. And I ask them why analyze this Kubernetes pod log and tell the root cause. So my prompt is just read this file and share me the log. Why it was failed to launch. Why it was unable to launch such pod. So it actually shows me the root cause. The root cause issue is Kubernetes pod is unable to pull the image called ngin due to authorization error. So simply we can share such error log file to Ollama and ask them what are the issues with uh, such log and tell me the root cause. So what we understand in the presentation, it actually helpful to understand powerful tool for experimental production logs. It actually ask us to what say log analysis and RCA automation. What we discuss in use cases, it actually analyze the log and provide the RCA. Okay, so by ask to Ollama that kindly analyze such log and let me know what are the root causes. So these are the use cases for the Ollama. Okay, now we get the answer. I asked the question, what is agentic AI? Agentic AI is open source distributed system for building the deploying the distributed autonomous agent. So using such command, we can get the custom chatbot response as well. If we implement same API with any of the the Python based or Ruby based or Node based uh, chatbot application, simply in front we ask to chatbot, but in back it actually get answer from the Ollama model. So yes, as a DevOps guy, how it actually helped to us. So if we discuss about the real case, by analysis, the system logs, Kubernetes events, AWS CloudWatch, and logs, and many more. So ultimately, when you provide the data, Ollama will ask respective model that what is the issue. Just kindly read this particular logs and just share the root cause or share your inputs. Kubernetes YAML generate. Yeah, we can ask them to generate a deployment with 3 replicas, Terraform writing with ALB. We can also ask them to summarize the logs. I just copy general CTL output and just ask them that summarize its critical logs, why it's been there. CI/CD failure, yes. If it is GitHub action, we can or Jenkins, we can just simply ask logs. We can ask to just analyze the log and just share the why why did pipeline fail. Security and scanning, we can find the misconfiguration in Docker, Kubernetes YAML file, and Terraform. We can ask them just read this file configuration and share your input. why it was, I mean, is there any security measurements additional required, or anyhow we can optimize the existing file. So such kind of use case we can use with Ollama for specific DevOps engineer, and many more are there. This is simple, just an introduction. Hope you guys like my video, and thank you for watching this video. Please like the video and subscribe the channel, and in comment let me share your views, how you find this video. If I need to improvise something in this my way of method, just please let me know. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.